Okay. How's audio sounding? Looks good on my end. Sorry if you can hear a dog barking. She be barking. Not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. But first of all, Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. I don't know what time zones people are in, but New Year's presumably is tomorrow for most of you. There probably some time zones where it's already New Year's, but where I am, it is 4:30 in the afternoon. We're doing this stream a little earlier than usual, just because I have New Year's Eve plans, and yeah, I got to get to that. But I didn't really have any other night to get this stream in, and the chapter's been out for days now, and we haven't done the chapter review, so had to squeeze in here. Probably won't be a particularly long stream. I don't know if it'll be much longer than an hour, but we will see how we're doing for time. This is a really, really juicy chapter to talk about, and the Apocalypse of the Gods chapter is juicy to talk about too. So we probably will stay on chapter for longer than usual, purely on the basis that there's just a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm looking forward to it. But let's get to chat. Candidate, Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. L. Kane, hey everyone. Hope you all had a good Christmas and Happy New Year's Eve. Yeah. It's going to be. Hope everyone had a good year. If it was a bad year, let's hope the next year's a better year. Is all I'll say. Where are we up to? What's going on? Pillar worshippers and brilliant stuff. Mr. Me 1216. Let's go. Yeah, it's a good one. But yeah, so chapter 97. Yeah, 97. Chapter 97 was a lore chapter, and I know a lot of people weren't too interested in us getting a lore chapter. But I will say this lore was a lot more interesting than I thought this was going to be. So there's a lot to talk about. And Elkane, are we going to discuss round 11 stuff and Apoc 2? We're definitely going to talk about Apoc, because I think the Titan thing seems like a bit of a retcon, and that does not seem consistent with what we know of Titans in the story, so that's going to be fun. I'm also loving Prometheus. I'm also liking Sun Wukong a lot as well. And I think this chapter, Apocalypse, fixes my one biggest issue with that manga, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yes, round 11, we know, not even in the chapter, just by some bits of some dialogue at the end, the next round is going to be Loki versus Simo, which is to be fair, I've been Loki versus Nostradamus train for a long time, which isn't true. I was wrong about that. I wouldn't say I got my Simo prediction wrong, though, because I never really had a strong Simo prediction, on the basis that I don't know who Simo's going to fight. I didn't have a clue. I didn't think there was any clear opponents for him, but it looks like it's Loki, which is going to be really, very, very interesting. Sending good vibes for a better year. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. New year, hopefully, for the better, but the world's always going to shit, so we will see. Big lore reveals, Beelzebub upscale. Yes, there's some really interesting implications for Beelzebub here. I love lore chapters, not gonna lie, this one was amazing. Honestly, so far, I don't think any of the lore stuff's been particularly interesting, but this lore's really juicy. Still no bloody Nostradamus. Yeah, I think Nostradamus is fighting second to last. I'm still holding true to that prediction, even if he's not fighting Loki. So I still think we've got a while to fight. While till he fights. So anyway, the lore stuff, for those who need a reminder, or are not too... we're just going to go through it, because I need to get this through my head to understand it. So, there was the primordial gods. I mean, was it 72? Whatever. There's a number of primordial gods. Then there was 4 of them called the Yggdrasil, which was Odin, Chaos, Ymir, and Satan. And they were the big boys, big strong boys. And then some of the other gods, primordials, rebelled against them. Now, of these primordials, 2 of them we recognise. One of them is Gaia, and the other one is Izanagi, of all people. So Izanagi is the one that we get focused on the most. I don't think it's because Izanagi is particularly important in terms of, I wouldn't say the leader of the other faction. I think it's just because they're one we know well anyway. So it's interesting Izanagi is. I expected maybe Kronos or someone to be up there, but no, it doesn't seem like it. So that could mean Izanagi's gonna be important plot-wise. Izanagi could job to Odin at some point in the future to show, so he can flex for his round or something. But I think it's interesting Izanagi and Gaia are both there. It does confirm that Gaia, when she was called a primordial, is, still consistent with this new primordial stuff. I still don't really understand why, Buddha was, thought the idea of primordials itself was like unknown knowledge. That seems a bit weird because from what we know, the gods know about the primordials. They just didn't know the true story of the primordials. So it's interesting that Izanagi was one. So we know So that was the first Ragnarok, though, which is something I've been theorizing for a little bit, that there's been a previous Ragnarok-like event, and this is it, with the Yggdrasil wanting to kill the gods that were born from them, a bit like how the humans are, like, created by the gods. It's kind of a parallel there. And then, like, the lesser gods, like, rise up with the help of the good gods, a bit like how the humans are rising up with the help of the Valkyries, who are demigods, to fight back and seal them. I don't know if we're going to literally be sealing anyone. We might seal Odin at the end, maybe, if he doesn't die. I don't know. But it's very interesting, that lore, because it's the repetition. But the really interesting stuff, as we know, is the 4 runes. Those being Odin's rune, Ymir's rune, Chaos's rune, and Satan's rune, which one of them was the sword Gram, which Odin took, and that nameless god took and turned him into the current Odin. What's really interesting, though, is that we know Siegfried stole Gram from Odin. Is that something to do with why he's imprisoned? Could he have, like, absorbed some of Odin's, like, rune power when he had the sword, and that's why Odin needs him alive, because he's got, like, half his power? It could be, like, half of Odin is in Odin, half of Odin is in Siegfried or something. Or maybe he wants to use Siegfried as, like, a vessel for the rest of the runes. A lot of questions. It also comes to question, what is Beelzebub's role in this? Because Beelzebub, as we know, is Satan. It's like his split personality kind of thing. But he also has a move called Chaos. And obviously Chaos and Satan, we know, are primordials. So, is he just... like, does he have the rune of Satan already within him or something? Interesting. It's a very interesting premise. He might not do. He might, like... maybe Beelzebub was created. Again, we don't really know. Maybe someone had the rune of Satan. They gave birth to Beelzebub. Maybe that's Beelzebub's parents or something. Again, we don't really know the logistics of it. But it's really interesting. And it kind of explains why Beelzebub's been thrown into this whole primordial stuff with Buddha and Odin and stuff. So it's very interesting. Anyway, I just wanted to spiel about that. Because that's all, like, really interesting. Especially the rune stuff. Let me actually check comments. Because I've gone on a little thing here. Hello gentlemen, how are we? Good to see you, Weeb Guru. I think Simo will lose. I'll talk about this in a minute, but like, there's this... no, I can talk about it now. No reason not to. There's this kind of I see this sentiment that like, the gods are definitely going to win this next round. I don't really understand why that is the general consensus. Because, as we know, currently, the gods have 5 wins. That being Thor, Zeus, Shiva, Beelzebub, and I forgot what's the name, Apollo. So they got 5. They would need 2 more wins to win Ragnarok. Now, as we know, the gods are not going to win Ragnarok. I find it really, really unlikely that's going to happen. So, if we're going under the assumption, the logical one, that the humans do win Ragnarok, that means the gods only get 1 more win, because they can only get 6 wins. If they get 7, they win, and that's not going to happen. So the gods get 1 more victory. And if we're just going to say, keep this simple, say it is 13 rounds, there's 3 rounds left. That means that the humans are obviously going to win the final round. Which means the gods can win this round, or this round. So if the gods win this round, the next round going, the humans will win the penultimate round, and they'll have they'll have a clean sweep to the finals. I don't think that's very likely, because just for the sake of stakes and tension, that seems a bit weird. So would it not make more sense for the humans to win this round? Yeah. And then the next round, they lose, and because if they win next round, then that means, we can win in round 12. We don't even have to get to the final round. We can win early. Then they lose that round, everyone's like, this is bad. We're going to lose. Maybe a Brunhild die there or something. And then, you have to rise up for the final thing. That, to me, is just general storytelling logic. I don't know why that wouldn't be the case. If there was a 14th round, fair enough. That changes stuff up. But if we just stick with the assumption there's 13 rounds here, I don't understand why there's why it's obvious who wins this round, because it can go either way. If the humans win this round, it's more stakes for them losing the penultimate round. If the gods win this round, it means the gods don't get another victory. So I personally, for the sake of stakes, I think Simo's going to win this round, because I just think that makes more sense. 1 minute, guys. Got to let the cat in. Anyway, that's just my thing about why I don't think this round. Why I don't know why people are so like assuming Loki's just immediately going to win, because I don't really understand the logic for that. Maybe I'm missing something really obvious, but like to me, I don't really understand the maths on that. Cat, shush. Loki has to lose. He's a simp. I think Loki's going to win. If Simo can do hand to hand, then maybe, but Loki for sure has that set up. We can't pass this. We know nothing about Simo. Chapter was good, but I'm still making up my mind on if Odin being a nobody is good. I don't mind Odin being no. Well, at the end of the day, Odin is a nobody, but like he seems to just like he's possessed with like the appearance and the abilities of the old Odin. Probably his mindset as well. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's an interesting play on mythology. We grew up playing Black Myth Wukong, so Wukong can't be a fraud. I legit always read 30 minutes before the stream. There's 88 primordial gods there. Sorry, was it 75 that like turned against them or something? Yeah, I'm glad there's someone else other than the Greek gods. Yeah, I'm very surprised none of the primordials are Greeks. Well, Gaia was obviously, and Uranus probably was as well. But like, it's fun that like the main primordials are like not Greek. I'm glad. Happy New Year's. Yeah, does Odin solo all the other gods? I don't think Odin is currently as strong as like primordial Odin. I don't think that makes any sense. Which would suggest to me, again, like the rune doesn't give full power, or maybe part of the rune's power is inside of Siegfried or something, because he had Gram, maybe. It's hard to say. Simmer has to win, so the rest of the tournament isn't completely predictable. The rest of humanity is human win or tie. Yeah, that's what I feel. Again, it's for the sake of tension. As for, again, like, once this match is over, we know obviously what's going to happen in the last two matches, unless they really curveball and humanity does lose tournament, which I don't think is going to happen. But yeah, I just think for the sake of tension, it makes way more sense for Simo to win this. The reason Simo loses is because he's not Japanese. We say that, but like most of the like Raider was Japanese and he lost. Susanoo was Japanese and he lost. Just saying. But yeah, very funny. The rank of the elusive draw. I didn't give a shit about the draw anymore, to be honest. Hey Seth, can you do the fug shaker? I'm not doing the fug shaker. You have to super chat a lot for that. The reason people think Loki wins is because of his lore and the fact he probably has a role in the future story, but I personally do think Simo wins. Again, we don't know that much about Loki. Like Loki, like in mythology, has like a very important role in Ragnarok, but like Ragnarok in this is very different. So I think Loki probably will lose, but you know, I'm not saying for certain. Money's on Simo. I'm going to die on the train that Rasputin fights Odin. Are the primordial gods above Zeus? Yes, well, from what we understand so far, you had the primordials. The primordials then started giving birth to the gods. Assumably, some of those gods were the Titans, and then the Titans were overthrown, and then Zeus came along. So, yeah. However, I guess we can do a little transition now to talk about the Titans. The new Titans lore in Apocalypse of the Gods really changes shit. Because as far as we were aware, after the Titanomachy, Kronos was killed, and the Titans were thrown into Tartarus. They then were freed by the bum, what's his name? Animus, the bum, and then they joined him, and we don't know what happened to them after that fact. That just happened, apparently. Now, that doesn't make it easy. Oh, no, even before that, sorry. No, before that happened, sorry. Gaia released them out of Tartarus. And then they fought Hades. And then Hades sent them back to Tartarus. Then they were recruited by Animus. But now we know they weren't. They were, like, in, like, a prison work camp inside of a mountain where Prometheus was getting beaten up all the time by Greek gods. So, how those two things kind of, like, merged together, I don't know. I really don't know. Is it a retcon? Are there two types of Titans? Are they just different things? Is there like an actual translation difference and they're just both getting called Titans? I don't know. It's very interesting. He's not going to lose. He's not going to lose because he's not Japanese. It's because he's human and doesn't use swords. Well, what if he pulls out a spear? Then we know he's cooked. Like, we know that for sure. The Red Hawk. Hey Seth, I'm the guy from Insta who's been telling you about my story. Oh yes, yeah. yeah, it was really interesting. This guy here, Red Hawk, he's got like a really cool story cooking in the works. That he's been telling me some cool bits and bobs about it on Instagram. It's very interesting. I haven't replied to your last message because I haven't read it yet, because I was trying to get ready for stream, but I will reply to you after stream, probably. How much for body pillow? I don't know. More than usual. I'm not in the mood to do it today, so you can super chat and ask, but if I don't judge the amount to be enough, I'm not doing it. Just a fair warning, guys. In the word of my friend, all of Record of Ragnarok is a Morgan victim. Also, Loki being a plot-relevant character doesn't matter as much as most people would think. Hades and Heracles were more plot-relevant than Jack and Chin, and they both still lost. Yeah, it's very true. I guess the difference is Loki is like connected to Brunhild and Odin, who are like, that's like the main actual plot underneath all of this. Yeah, but even so, Anubis seems like he's gonna lose. I need a good plot reason for why Anubis isn't fighting next. It might just be that Odin's like saying like, no, Loki, you're going next, because like Anubis really wants to fight, and like unless it's like Odin like pulling his like, this is something to do with his plan, he needs Loki to go now. It doesn't really make sense why Anubis would like willingly let someone else fight in front of him. But yeah, and it looks like Anubis then is. I do not think Anubis is the final fighter, so maybe Anubis is fighting in the penultimate round. It's possible. But yeah, I definitely don't think Anubis is fighting last. That'd be really weird. I see we got a super chat. I will get to that in a minute because I have a feeling I know what it is. Zeus fought the strongest Titan, so you could say he's on that level of primordials. Maybe. Again, we don't know how strong, like, I don't know, because we don't know how strong Kronos was compared to the primordials. And given that it took all of like, because Zeus couldn't take on Gaia on his own. It took like all the Olympians fighting Gaia. So Zeus doesn't scale to Gaia, and Gaia is a primordial. So based on that, I'd maybe assume Zeus isn't that strong, but it's hard to say. Didn't Hades slaughter them all? Assumably he beat them up and they went back to Tartarus. Only on the basis that we know later on, Adamus like recruits them, so they could have all died there, and we know they're alive during some of them at least are alive during Apocalypse of the Gods anyway, so who knows? Who bloody knows? I guess I said the Titan laws become very weird. Who's Anubis going against? I'm still gonna say Rasputin, but you know, Kentucky maybe. No, Kentucky final round fighter, and I'm not having Anubis in the final round, guys. I refuse. Oh god, why are people agreeing with Anubis as a Kentucky? This is ridiculous. My goat is not fighting Anubis. Didn't like Kronos had his sickle in that fight though. Body pillow, $5. Is that enough? Okay. No, but if I ask chat, isn't chat just going to agree? No, I don't know if that's enough. I'm going to ask chat if you think that's enough. Let's have a look. Start a poll. Is you chat can verdict. Is that enough to warrant the body pillow? There you go. You can ask. I'm team Anubis W. I could have bet good money that Simo would have fought Anubis. Oh god. See, you guys are just going to vote yes on this nonsense. Odin is probably the final. Again, Odin could be the final, but I can also see like Siegfried empowered by the runes maybe being the final. Guy had an entire army. Yeah, Guy did have an army, but like from what we saw, Zeus wasn't fighting Gaia while they were fighting the army. Zeus was fighting the army, so you know, it's not like Gaia. Yeah, who knows? What if Anubis never fights and it's just in the rest of the series the gag who keeps getting fight blocked? I think that would be funnier if Anubis showed up earlier in the fight. Like if they did like if Anubis did the Shiva in round 2, that would be hilarious. But I think they probably will fight. The only thing I hope the authors don't do is give Simo special eyes. He's gonna get special eyes. I don't know why you're even saying this. Like, we all know he's getting eyes. They only worked well with Adam in terms of humanity's team, although it does make them more interesting. It does seem like eye powers are just humanity. Humanity just has eye powers. That's just a thing. Like, assumably it is because it's like Adam had special eyes, and so his his will's passed down through humanity, and it's in eye powers, I guess. It does look. I know there's 20 people watching and only 11 votes, so I'll give it another minute. But it does look like I'm going to have to get the body pillow out, which is great. Making blind. Blind would be fun, but I don't think it's going to happen. I needed to know what happened to Chin. The fact Chin doesn't come back yet at all makes me believe that he has to, like... He's going to have some kind of plot relevance then. I just don't see the reason why. Because, like, yeah, sure, he lost an arm. Shiva lost 3 of them, and he was fine, like, within, like, 2 rounds to spectate. So, I don't know. And I think it'd be quite interesting. The arms left the chat. Yeah, Shiva lost 3 and got them back, yeah. I don't think Shinji will... I don't think Shinji Huang will get his arm back. I don't think he will, but... I just want him to come back. It looks like... Okay, cool. I'll get the body pillow. Great. You guys win. Might have to sit. Oh. There we go. Oh, my stuff's at least. If we do, there we go. The cat is sniffing the body. This is horrendous stuff. Truly cursed. I'm glad it's a shorter stream than usual. Anubis is a cuck. Brilliant stuff. How do you think Thor will react to finding out his dad is a primordial vessel? I don't think Thor would care particularly, because Thor's kind of chill like that. But yeah, I hope Thor is a bit more relevant with Odin going forward. Where are we up to? Base coup. What are we talking about? Oh, who do you think the weakest god is right now? Base coup. I mean, if we're talking like weakest gods, like there's loads of like random ass gods in the crowd that I'm pretty sure could get beaten. The fact that like Ares got like almost taken out by Gull opening a door does not bode well for a lot of the gods in terms of their power scaling. As always, Chismo's the go. Well, I disagree because, you know, I've got to get the body pillow out, but you know, I think his arm will be back because Shiva's came back with the technology from heaven. I get that, but like, it's a lot cooler if like Chin doesn't lose his arm. Like, I mean, it just looks cooler if he doesn't have his arm, personally. But, you know, they definitely could do it, but I don't know if they will. Wonder how quick Ragnarok could have been won if the person who assembled the team actually bothered to research the strongest humans instead of picking off vibes. Yeah, considering that Brunhild hadn't met Sasaki before, it's just, like, dumb. Or the fact that, like, none of the Valkyries, most of the Valkyries don't seem to have even met their human partners. Like, Gull presumably will partner up with someone. And, you know, Gull doesn't know. Gull has never met any of these people. So whoever Gull's partner is, you know, fingers crossed it's Kintoki. She's never met Kintoki. So it's like, what? Yeah. I think yeah. And it's also like, I'm trying to think, like, couldn't you just clone lots of Adams, maybe? Or something? I don't know. There's definitely ways that you could have won this quicker with, like, the technology of the verse and stuff, I feel. But, you know. Or ask those gods to forge strong swords. Why can't the humans just have divine weapons? Like, I know Valon's cool, but, like, just give them weapons. I don't understand why they can't use them anyway. Who knows? Who knows? I'd probably say Heracles. Heracles is weird to scale. I don't really know where I scale him, to be honest with you. Where do you think Ku and Ra rank in the verse? I think Ra is stronger than we think. I think Ra's stronger than most people give him credit. I think Ra's actually quite strong. I think he's on par with a Ragnarok fighter. Maybe a little weaker, but I still think he's very strong. Ku, who bloody knows? Ku is stronger than Ra. How much donate for Fug Shaker? I don't know. I was about to say a number, but then someone might donate it. I really don't want to. So that'd be like $200. That's it. $200. I'm not thinking of any less. Because I really don't want to do it. And I don't think anyone's going to do that, man. Why is the cat sniffing the body pillow? I could not tell you. She's deaf, so maybe her sense of smell is heightened to make up for it. Maybe. Leo versus Shiva, who wins? Oh, this is hard. I was about to say Leo because I like him more, but I love Shiva too. I think Shiva, like personally, I think Shiva, or would Leo maybe could get the job because Shiva obviously doesn't take the fight seriously to start with. Leo does. Leo could. The thing is, Shiva's like a superior. Shiva's footwork is probably superior to Apollo's, and he couldn't keep up with Apollo's footwork. So probably Shiva. It's very hard to say though. I don't know. That's a good question. I just 1 minute. Oh, that's a hard question. I'd probably give it to Shiva. I mean, he is a chief god. And as much as I like Leo, I can't scale him that high because he just doesn't have. Yeah, I don't know. Sexy Satan fan art is incoming. Oh yeah, can we talk about how cool Satan's design is? Satan's design is so cool. Like Ymir's design is pretty cool. Chaos has a pretty cool design, but oh my god, Satan's is so cool. I ask about Thor because he demanded no one disrupt Ragnarok in honor of those who fought and Odin. Oh yeah, is Abs going to? Yeah, that's a good point actually. We could get Odin versus Thor. That could be very interesting stuff. Chin will cybernetically be back with his arm, I'm calling it. Feels like a tech arm. It would be cool, I guess. Nostradamus is not beating the 445 allegations. Nostradamus, he is a good doctor though. Let's not forget he's been doctoring like Tony Chopper, according to like why is Odin recruiting Nostradamus of all people? Like, I don't know. Where are we up to? In terms of after-round treatment, it's been shown the gods get special treatment compared to the human winners. Yeah. Like really shave themselves back well quick, compared to what these other guys have got. Don't Ghoul got to partner up, be sent to noises and afterlife for every. I don't want Ghoul to partner up / get sent to the noises and afterlife for everyone who's lost. I don't think Ghoul's losing. Ghoul is winning in the final match. It's gonna happen. Just watch. Imagine Zeus being petty and not giving him his arm back. I like Prometheus' ability. I love Prometheus so far. Like, everything about Prometheus I adore. It's so cool. I'm loving Sun Wukong's, like, vibes in this fight. Oh, and also, we got, like, a proper... Although it wasn't anything as extensive as, like, a Beelzebub or a Raiden or anything, we got, like, an actual backstory for Prometheus. It's more like a Tesla Hades kind of length one, but we got one. And in round 1, I was like, we didn't really get a backstory for Ra at all. And I always have a coup, we'll probably get one later on. But the fact we didn't get one for Ra made me kind of fear we aren't going to get any, like, flashbacks, which are... That's where a lot of the characterization comes for these characters. But no, we got one for Prometheus, and we're probably going to get it with Sun Wukong. So I think it was just the case. It's a bit like 4 in round 1 of Ragnarok, where they didn't really give him a backstory, particularly. I think it's the same for Ra. Ra was never designed to be, like, a deep character or have any kind of meaningful characterization. He was just meant to be evil god we want to beat. So this does give me a lot of hope that we are actually going to be getting backstories in Apocalypse, and that was my main critique with it, because like I love the backstories. But yeah, it's pretty good that we're getting that. Anyway, imagine. But Hlok tried to get Chin to practice their Valon. Some are familiar, Pride to Bond. Yeah, that's what I mean. Some of them are, but most of them aren't. Like, why is Gold not though? Why do half of them show up? It's like with in round 3 with Sasaki and oh god, what's Sasaki's Valkyrie called? I can't remember her name now. Anyway, the Valkyrie I can't remember the name of. Like, she was just there, present, and this is the really dumb thing, because like Brunhild was there with Gol and her sister I can't remember the name of, and they're just chilling, thinking about who should fight next. Then Sasaki rocks up, and like, was Sasaki planned to partner up with her to start with? And, or, like, so it was just complete coincidence they both happened to be there at the same time. Or did, like, Brunhild go, well, this is the nearest Valkyrie, you have to pair up with her. Like, it makes no sense. Why do some of them know each other in advance? Some meet just before the round. It's just Brunhild being an idiot. What are your thoughts on Odin's official colours? I personally like Netflix black hair, but the white hair does look interesting. I mean, we've known his colours for ages. Like, I'm pretty sure first time we saw his official colours was in, like, July. It was, like, ages. It was months ago. It's because in the first chapter of Apocalypse of the Gods, we just see his colour scheme. I like it a lot more than his Netflix colours, personally. But yeah, we've known his colour scheme for ages. Yeah, I didn't realise people didn't know what his colour scheme was. But yeah, it does seem like this is probably the first time people have realised that he's got a different colour scheme to the anime. Well, Loki did say gods aren't good at sharing even a small part of their power. I think this is why they don't have divine weapons given to them. Yeah, but like, surely Brunhild could get some somehow. Or ask Heracles for some or something. Like, I feel there's ways to get these. My question is, Norse Odin the same primordial Odin possessing the body of that god, or is it a complete different Odin? I'd assume it's kind of like Odin's essence, kind of like over time corrupts the initial thing. So I think maybe by now it is like the same Odin. Because otherwise, that's my feelings of it, but I'm not entirely sure. Rise on the level of the other chief gods, he went to War of Heaven and still has status. Yeah, but like, the range of chief gods is still like quite big. In that, like, for example, like, Susanoo isn't a chief god, but he is implied to be stronger than Amaterasu. And Amaterasu, apparently, according to some translations, is a chief god. So, you know, it's, you know, so I don't think chief gods are all, like, massively strong. But I'd say Ra's on par with Ragnarok Fighter, which would include them. 1 minute, this cat is being a pain. Sophie, come on. Settle down. Oh, this cat, honestly. Thoughts on my headcanon that... I've lost it now. God, I'm well far back on these comments. I better get a move on. Thoughts on my headcanon that Ares would get stronger if a war happens. Basically, war powers him up. It'd be cool. I think Ares is just a bum, though. I genuinely do think it is. I do think Brune's got the gods list before she made the human list because of Leo and Jack. Although the whole Sasaki not being known by Brune is silly. Yeah, I don't know if, like... Because the thing is, Brunhild having the list would be really easy for her to get. Because the list was projected to all of the gods, like, quite a bit in advance of Ragnarok, considering they had a whole tournament. Like, the whole Apocalypse tournament happened between the announcement of the gods and then Ragnarok. So, assumably, she should know what it is. And even if she didn't, I think it's just a safe assumption that some of these guys are going to be fighting. Like Zeus and stuff. Isn't there supposed to be some new gods joining the fight later on for different rounds? Not that... Well, according to Apocalypse of the Gods, one of those, the winner of that will join Ragnarok. But considering Zeus is in the roster and he wasn't back then, assumably Zeus just takes a spot of whoever wins anyway. I think Apollo's footwork is better. Shiva's legitimately just a brawler, whereas Apollo's the god of boxing. Yeah, but like Shiva's a master dancer. Like I'm pretty sure there's a line where it's like his dancing's like so good that it makes it like there's multiple of them or something. So maybe. I still think they're probably comparable though in terms of that. Make a regular Ragnarok tier list on who you trust to date your daughter. I don't think we got time because I've got to wrap stream up in about 20 minutes for a thing. But off the top of my head, Raiden, because Raiden's the GOAT. Adam, because Adam would be very incesty though, so I probably wouldn't trust Adam, to be honest with you. Probably would trust Lubu. Sasaki doesn't seem interested in that kind of stuff, so he'd probably just fuck off into the woods or something. Heracles, obviously. Most of the gods no, just because most of the gods are arseholes. I wouldn't trust them. Buddha, no, because he left his wife and child. Jack, hell no. Leo, probably not. So not many of them. Raiden, because Raiden's a real nice guy, basically. Maybe Simo. We haven't seen him yet, but he seems like he's going to be chill. Oh, and Kentoki, because Kentoki's just a G from what we've seen. Another thing for both Raiden and Shiva is if they get hit by a weapon from other fighters, it should just go like something losing a hand from a sword or something. The difference is, though, that Raiden is faster and he can just grab their weapon. I don't know if anyone's aware of that meme, but it's the Wreck-It Ragnarok version of the bloody Aokiji meme from One Piece where he's faster and frees his opponent. If you've been on like the Reddit like anime like subreddits, that's just spread like wildfire, that meme. It's very funny. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel Raiden would be able to block a lot of weapons, to be honest, with his muscles. but it's just my opinion. My fear is that Zeus either knows Odin's up something but doesn't care because he wants to have fun. I think that's definitely probably true. Even if Zeus didn't know, I don't think he'd care. I think Leo would win. He's basically Raiden, but a better fighter of weapons. No. He is... Raiden's my go. Don't you dare. No. Yeah, he's interesting. The issue is that Raiden has the raw power to just, like, rip off Shiva's arms. I don't think Leo has that kind of pure muscle power to be doing stuff like that. You could argue he could maybe take off some arms with his shield, maybe. But it's difficult to say. And it also, like, Leo has to be able to hit him. And Leo couldn't really hit Apollo. Like, he only lands, like, 3 hits in the entire fight. So if he can't hit Apollo, I don't know if he's going to be hitting Shiva. But, you know, it's difficult to say. What if Chin had his terracotta army versus Hades' undead army from Elysium? I know people were theorizing that before the round started, which I always thought was a bit silly and not going to happen. But I may have repurposed some of that for Ragnarok. Also, if you're wondering where Ragnarok is, I'm just waiting on lines from people. That's like the whole reason. So I don't know when it's going to be out. I've got to wait for people's lines to come in. That's the reason why there's a delay on that. Skeletor's Rose, hello, welcome to stream. Because Chaos Gremlin, he probably thought Nostradamus had no love or compassion for humanity, so easy to convince to love the chaos. Not sure. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I can't wait to see Wukong start having the spotlight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, Wukong's probably going to win. I want Prometheus to win, but I think he's going to win. But I'm loving his attitude. He's just real chill. He's just a real chill guy. His design is still a design, but, like, and I like it more than most people, I'm saying that. So, you know. Can't wait to see Prometheus the GOAT. I want to win the tournament. Yeah, same. I love Prometheus. He's so cool. I believe Hermes is in work with Odin. That really wouldn't surprise me if Hermes has any stuff to do with this. Do you think Zeus did the deed with as many people as the original myth? Probably more, to be honest, because we know he's... Yeah, probably more, let's be honest. First, that's it. That's the one. Does Prometheus hard counter Chin? We haven't seen enough of Prometheus yet to, like, warrant, like... We haven't seen enough from him to say for sure, but he does seem to be pretty good. Hurst, I believe is her name. Yes, Hurst, yeah. God, this is how far back in the comments I am that I'm only just now seeing you guys correcting me. The thundering/trembling one. I like to believe that Brunhild had to grab as many as possible last minute. That's, like, the only way it makes any sense. I can't wait for the next seasons. Yeah, it's going to be good shit. The realist Meadle, Chin's entire thing is that he can take the entire pain of his nation. I mean, he can, but, like, I think entire pain of your nation versus getting, like, beaten on for, like, almost eternity. You know, hard to say. Also, if that is the same... And plus, Chin, like, was, like, still... Like, when he saw Odin's, Hades' wound, he was still, like, oh, that hurts. And it was, like, making him, like, flinch and stuff. If he was looking at Prometheus in constant pain, constantly... You know, it probably would affect him quite a bit. Also, if not the... Also, if that is the same primordial Odin, if it is the same primordial Odin, does that mean he boinked to normal god despite being racist? Hence explaining 4. Bro is basically an 1850s white slave owner. That is a very good point. She says that they may have to be paired with the Valkyrie best suited to them, so she has to pick the Valkyrie for each fighter. Maybe that's why she doesn't bother to have them spend time together. Maybe. I don't know. I think you're giving Brunhild too much credit here. She's a bit of a bum, let's be honest here. Wowza, the Ragnarok goes crazy. Pokesall, well, welcome. If you're still in chat, Pokesall, good to see you, man. If you don't know Pokesall, one of the best Bleach YouTubers on the platform, you should definitely go subscribe because he's a good mate of mine. He's coming over to the UK later this month, in January, so we're going to be hanging out. Might do a vlog. It's going to be a good time. But good to see you, boy. And I know you know nothing about Record of Ragnarok, so yeah, you say whatever you want to say in chat, and I'll just act like you're being correct. Yeah, but the chain increases the pain 100-fold. Yeah, I think Chin's getting, like, crippled by that pain. Who do you think of the vessels for Chaos and Ymir? Do you think we will get vessels for the other two? It's possible. Chaos could have some connection to, like, Beelzebub again because of the move Chaos. And I still think it's not 100% clear that Beelzebub is, like, definitely Satan's vessel. Like, he could, like, his mum could have been or something, and it's got passed down. I don't know. I really don't know. It's too early to say if like there's gonna be other vessels or like Odin's gonna put them all into Siegfried or something. Who knows? Well, Brunhild was also administrated for being a demigod. So unless she knew someone well who she could convince to make a divine weapon, all demigods are taken seriously. I don't know. I still think she could have got some somehow. Like, this is the entirety of humanity on the line, Brunhild. You could do better. Pokesel again. I hope there's action arc in Record of Ragnarok called Ragnarok. I do too. Let's hope the final arc is called Ragnarok, my man. What anime are you guys excited for 2025? Kaiju number 8 season 2's hype. Yeah, honestly, what does come out? Well, ReZero is coming back. Even though it just took that massive month-long break in the middle of the season, so that's gonna be cool. I'm not even really. Is the new Fate series coming out next year? Because that feels like it should have been coming out for like ages now. So that's gonna be cool. Sakamoto Days. The anime doesn't look quite as crisp as I'd like it to be, but I'll have some hope. In terms of other stuff, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I can't even remember what's airing next season, but there is some cool stuff. I keep thinking of Itachi. I don't know. Do you think Apocalypse of the Gods will get an anime? It could do. It very well could do. If any of the spin-offs were going to get... Well, yeah, because is the Lubu spin-off anime rumour, like, correct or true? If that's true, then I think there's a good chance. But I don't know if that was actually true or not. I can see that Biel's has both Satan and Chaos. Yeah, it could be possible. But that would indicate Beelzebub might die in order to like access those kind of things. And on top of it, Brunhild had to be working behind the scenes for a while, according to Buddha. So how could she discreetly get those weapons? I don't know. You're giving her too much slack. She's half-assed Ragnarok so far. She's not done a good job. We need to be more critical. Also, we have Kratos with a C. I can't believe... Oh, yeah, we do have Kratos with a C. That's a very good point. I can't believe the reveal that Adam was Jesus in this chapter. I know Pokeslit was mad, wasn't it? It was insane. But I think that it's actually going to turn out that the Adam who was actually Jesus is actually going to be Leonardo da Vinci. It's definitely possible. What do you think the Loki's abilities will be? I mean, so far we've seen teleportation, shape-shifting, and flight. Will he use any of these in the round? I don't know. Possibly. He might not. Really wouldn't surprise me. We know he's got those chains, so he's probably use those chains. I think his like shape-shifting is going to be an aspect. Like maybe he'll turn to a tree or something and Simba will shoot that instead. I don't know. It's hard to say. Lubu, bro, forgot about Herc. Prometheus versus Wukong is basically the Soul Chain deathmatch from Black Clover. It is actually. That's an interesting observation. Regarding Ragnarok, do you think people would not have been as upset with Ku taking the win if he wasn't so prominently featured on the art? I don't think it's just the art. I think it's just because he was quite obviously being portrayed as the MC. Like, it was very obvious who the MC was for that. So I think that's more. And he's also quite like generic MC. So I think that's just more what it came down to. Zeus said that Leonardo's strikes were strong. Apollo's divine weapon made it hard to hit him. Yeah, I'm not doubting Leonidas doesn't have strong hits. I think he has some of the strongest hits. I just don't think they're Raiden strong, because Raiden has the best physical strength of anyone. When Zeus said, "This is truly my record of Ragnarok," I cried so emotional. To be fair, folks, I'm surprised you know, like, even the tiny bits like Adam and Zeus are even in this. When's the Discord coming, Sebi? The Discord's been a thing for ages. The Discord is just like really dead because I don't use Discord much. Seb, I feel like people would, but also his overall design, how he's portrayed for the round. Yeah, exactly what I said. The first strike of Leo's spinning weapon was going to kill Apollo if he didn't have the strings. Yeah, but like, we're not seriously going to say Apollo and Shiva have the same durability, because like Apollo's one of the most glass cannon characters in the entire series. Like, Shiva I'd say Shiva could definitely take that. They might carve an arm, but like, it's not killing him. Even if Wukong is going to win, I love that Prometheus humbled bro real quick in the beginning. Yeah, it's like Wukong was acting like he was like, you know, definitely going to win this, and he was like, you know, just like handicapping. But then he got shown like who the real like Prometheus really is, like, in this to win. They based Wukong and the Chinese god off of Buddha's design. Yeah, it's also just like it's Wreck-It Ragnarok's design scheme, so we're not going to get like an actual monkey god. Just is quite unlikely. How long are you going to stay up during New Year's? I will definitely be up till New Year's. Depending on how drunk I am, I'll either be very tired or want to keep going. So we'll see. I'm either hosting a little New Year's gig at my place, or I'm going around a mate's place for it. We haven't quite decided which one we're going to do yet. So if it's around his, we'll probably stay up later. If it's around here, I probably want to go to bed. So we will see. As a proud Shindy rider, it sucks to admit that he would get one-shotted by Wometheus by just hitting Prometheus. Very true. Wometheus is the GOAT. Bro, Leonidas is for the boys. He doesn't care about women. Say X. Leonidas is just that guy. I think you should send updates or reminders on the people who want to voice act in Ragnarok. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, that's a good thing. I'll chase people then. I'm still here, despite being slightly confused. Oh shit, Pokesel, you could... I think I've explained the body pillow in the background to you before. I think we've talked about that before, so hopefully you're not too confused by why there's a body pillow in the background. We know about Odin's story, but what about Thor? He's his son anyway, and Loki his nephew. Loki being his nephew... Well, Loki definitely does seem to be a below Odin. Like, he calls Odin, you know, like, old man, uncle, stuff like that. I don't think he's his literal nephew. I think it's just the Japanese, you know, uncle's just a general term you say to an older guy. In mythology, Loki and Odin are kind of more equals. But, like, in this is definitely is, like, on the lower end. But, you know, I don't know how much more we'll learn about it. I missed the last stream because of work, so I couldn't ask then. What is your opinion on Uzumaki anime after hard to really build any... To be fair to Brunhild, it's implied she had to pick everyone in one day, so it's hard to really build any chemistry. How the hell did she... She's had ages to pick these. If she did... Like, there's no way she could not have found out the gods roster back when it was announced. And they have a whole tournament in between that and the start of Wreck-It Ragnarok. There's no way in hell she had a day for this shit. God, she is useless. Would gods allow aliens to fight in Wreck-It Ragnarok, like Goku and stuff? Probably. I don't think they care who fights who, to be honest with you. I guess, do aliens exist? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Don't be wrong, I love Raiden way more than Leo. I'm going to huff a lot of copium for Sealball Run coming out this year. You huff that. You huff all those CGI horses. Also, you got to remember, compared to the gods, even the strongest humans in terms of strength are pretty lackluster compared to the gods. Yeah, that is very true. Brun's whole reason for Ragnarok is to free her man. Very true. Do you watch fan animations? There's a really funny one where Yujiro tries to take on Saitama in a gym. Yeah, I do occasionally. I think I've seen that one before. I'm not entirely sure. You should do a stream where you rate our record of Ragnarok matchups. Ooh, that could be really fun. I'd have to give everyone some heads up on that one. So that'd be cool. But yeah. Skeletor's Rose. Pokes, all you need to know about Wreck-It Ragnarok is that Poseidon is the GOAT. No, he's not. And destroys everyone. Ares is also top 10 and we are getting Jesus versus Cthulhu next round. I don't respect the Poseidon glaze, but apart from that, I definitely agree. How strong do you think Prometheus' divine weapon is compared to the main series? And how strong do you think it makes him compared to the Wreck-It Ragnarok fighters? I'm going to glaze the hell out Prometheus. And I'm going to say Prometheus beats like half of Ragnarok. He is the GOAT. I don't know. Again, like, I'd scale him. I think he's above Ra. He's on Ra level. I think he's very strong. I think he's really strong. It's hard to say because, like, ranking even among... Like, I think he's like, obviously stronger than, like, Zero, for example, or Jack, or Heracles. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, he's very strong. His weapon is? I don't think his weapon is just kind of a... Like, his weapon causes more damage to him than anyone else. Which is obviously part of his character. But I don't think the divine weapon itself is... Oh, no, it is pretty strong. Yeah, he's probably got... Yeah, I think he's very strong. Correction, Ares is the top 10. Hell yeah, he is. Not gonna lie, I want Poseidon to fight Goku so he would be humbled. Yeah, Poseidon... What? Poseidon gets absolutely wrecked by Goku. Been working on a fan roster of the Apocalypse of the Gods roster based on the Maximum tournament. Ooh, that could be... That sounds really cool. Yeah, we're definitely going to do... We'll do that. We'll definitely pencil in like a ranking people's brackets kind of thing. I'll have to give like a heads up for people. And I'll probably we can probably just put them in the Discord, which would probably be easy. Honestly, Prometheus being the best tank could get him the dub for a lot of rounds. Yeah, that's good. What we need to see from him is his AP really good. Like, because we've seen him like bonk Wukong on the head, but like we need to see like Sure, he can tank a lot, but can he dish that damage out too? That's what we need to know. I'm probably going to be ending stream in a minute. Sorry for the shorter stream. I've got stuff to do tonight. So get your last questions in now, and I'll answer them. But we're probably ending stream in about 5 minutes. Basically I have Zagreus as the main character who enters the tournament in order to live up to his father Hades. Oh yeah, I know the guy you mean now. I think I do. Is Zagreus the guy I'm thinking it is? He's the guy that is... He's the Dionysus-y one, right? Yeah, I know the guy you mean. Yeah, that could be... Yeah, he'd be quite cool. I already made mine in the server, even though it's incomplete. Most of the people's matchups from the fanfic channel. I do check the fanfic channel. I'm just really... I haven't got time to check Discord. And by the time I check Discord, like, it's been like days. And I feel like I can't add to this conversation now because it's days old. I will try to be better with the Discord. I need to optimize it more as well because it's pretty bad. But okay, I will do. Do you know Chitu no Hai no Ju, Killing Vamp manga? I recommend this one if it's out of your reading material. It's done in this year. But the Tesla video is finished. It's coming out on Monday. It's one of my favorite Ragnarok videos I've done, so look forward to the Tesla video because it's gonna be really, I think it's a really good video. I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna do a Leo and Apollo analysis, only on the basis that pretty much everything I'd want to say about them I said in my round 9 analysis video, so I don't know whether I'll make those videos or not, but if I do, then the series will continue. I'll probably make a Ra video just because Ra's seems to not have much more to do. But we will see. But yeah, so next year, I really don't know, content-wise in the channel, what we're going to dive deep into.